Why is Kanto so hard?
How do I beat a Kanto E4?
Can I have some Pokémon for Kanto?
I'm stuck in Kanto.
I'm too lazy to train my Pokémon.
Help me.
I need help.
Please help, bro.
I just can't do it.
Help please.
Help.
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 Okay, I get it. There are some of you guys that are struggling to beat Kanto and you need the help of others to help you beat it. But instead of just telling you to train or level up your Pokemon more, I've decided to do the whole thing myself from scratch, just to show you how simple and easy it is to beat Kanto. To start off, I made a brand new account and named it Speedrun Kanto. Although it's not really a speedrun, I just wanted to see how fast I can beat Kanto. Once I created my character, I instantly went to my settings and disabled music and turned on fast battles. Finally, we were ready to start our Kanto adventure. First, I chose my starter, that being Bulbasaur because he's the easiest to get through Kanto with. So a big tip to anyone who's starting out the game, the first goal is to save up 50k to be able to buy a bike, so try to conserve as much money as possible early on. I then traveled directly north to Viridian City and then on to Pewter City, fighting as many wild Pokemons as possible as well as the trainers. When I finally got to Pewter City, my Bulbasaur was already level 14. So I was able to easily sweep Brock with my first try. I then headed east and found my way around Mount Moon, once again, fighting almost every wild Pokemon and trainer there. When I finally reached Cerulean City, my Bulbasaur was now a level 21 Ivysaur, and the cocky side of me decided that I should go attempt the gym leader right away, and so I ended up losing. I headed up north to train a bit in Route 24 and 25, and came back to retry the gym leader a little bit later, but this time in a breeze. My next destination was Vermilion City, so I went south, entered the underground path, and eventually arrived in Vermilion City. The first thing I did when I arrived was go inside this house to the left of the Pokemon Center to acquire an Old Rod. That way, I could catch the most important member of our party, Magikarp. I then had to go to the SSN, but oops, I forgot to grab the ticket. So I made my way all the way back to Cerulean City and Route 25 to go to this house to acquire the SSN ticket. I then went all the way back to the SSN, got the HM cut, taught cuts to my Dugtrio, trained and evolved my Magikarp to Gyarados, and attempted the gym leader, and lost. I then went to go catch 2 more Dugtrios, grind some more XP, rebattle the gym leader, and barely lost. So I went back into the wild again, and this time, caught a Sandshrew, trained even some more, and finally beat Lieutenant Surge. Now I was able to go back to Cerulean City, and go east towards Rock Tunnel, and make my way out to Lavender Town. I then went inside the Pokemon Tower, caught a Ghastly, and made my way to the top, but oop, yet again, I forgot the Sylph Scope. So I head west, go through the underground tunnel, and get to Celadon City. Then I make my way inside the casino, go to the Team Rocket hideout, find my way to Giovanni, beat him and take the Sylph Scope. Before going back to Lavender Town, I quickly defeated the Celadon City gym with Gyarados alone. I also realized that I just hit 50k Pokédollars, so I went into the Pokestore and just bought a bike off the global market. Now I was finally able to cruise through the Pokemon Tower and receive the Pokeflute. Next I went to go challenge the gym leader in Saffron City. And boy was it a close call, because if the Alakazam had woken up, I would have lost. I then went south to Vermilion City, then east to the route Snorlax usually blocks. On my way to Fuchsia City, I tried to battle as many trainers as possible to get as much XP and money as possible, because this will be needed in the future. When I finally arrived at Fuchsia City, I had just enough money to afford a safari ticket and get the HM Surf. I then attempted the Fuchsia City Gym Leader with my team of Gyarados, Venusaur, 3 Nidorans and a Nidorino, and as expected, Gyarados swept the gym. Next I went down to surf to Seafoam Island, found my way through the confusing cave, and got to Cinnabar Island. I then went inside the Pokemon Mansion to get the key required to unlock the gym. Without hesitating, I went directly to the gym and destroyed Blaine with my Gyarados and Nidorans. Next I was on my way back to Viridian City to challenge the last and final gym leader, Giovanni. But when I battled him, I barely ended up losing to his Nidoking. So I went back to Route 21 to train my Gyarados to level 40. This way, I could buy Pokemon from the global market that could help me beat Giovanni, as well as the E4. For my team, I decided to buy Gyarados because it can learn Sticky Web and it was generally a cheap Pokemon, as well as a sturdy Graveler for Stealth Rocks. With that, I was able to beat Giovanni much more easily. Next, I was on my way to Victory Road and grinded a bit of cash to afford some more potions and revives. And surprisingly, in the middle of my grinding, I ended up encountering a Machop, so that was pretty cool. With enough grinding, I had enough money to buy 100 potions and 24 revives, as well as getting my Gyarados up to level 46. As I prepared to fight the first Elite Four member, Lorelei, I put Gyarados first in my party to set up Sticky Web. When my Gyarados died, I switched to Golem to set up Stealth Rocks. By doing so, it let Gyarados have an easier time to set up Dragon Dance and sweep the rest of her team. Next up was Bruno. I started off doing the same thing by setting up Sticky Web, then Stealth Rock, and finally Gyarados with Moxie ability, getting more attack for every Pokemon he defeats. On to the third member, Agatha. At this point, it's pretty simple that you just do the same thing by setting up Sticky Webs, Stealth Rocks, and Gyarados Sweep. Then we were up against Lance, doing the same exact setup and letting Gyarados do all the work. Finally, we were up against a champion, our rival, that we never versed in the entire playthrough. And looking back at the battle, I don't have much to say. All I can say is, if you want to quickly and easily beat Kanto, use Gyarados. And congratulations! You've beaten Kanto all by yourself. No need to ask other people for help, no need to go and catch a legendary, but all on the hands of a single Pokemon, Gyarados. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And if you were curious as to how long it took me from the beginning to beat the Kanto E4, it was around 6 hours and 30 minutes long. Anyways, don't forget to check out my Twitch and Twitter so you don't miss out on my streams. And yeah, peace.